Hey guys, welcome back. Here for the premiere, here for later. If you can't make it, I forgive you. But you guys in the chat right now, see you there. Probably shouldn't have green cans with a green screen. We're going to do a little recap. I know it's difficult to keep up to, 10 episodes before this. So starting out, I guess this is the most important part of this video. The original fake case, here it is. Here's the listing for it. The Wayback Machine, sold by number 1 Pokemon Master with 15 feedback. We've all seen this listing. This is kind of where it all stemmed from. This was offered to PSA Pikachu. He's going to be mentioned later. Who was talking to the seller on eBay, who wanted to go pick it up, couldn't go pick it up and verify the contents and pay for it in person, according to PSA Pikachu. Different story, as we'll see later on. This is Justin Martin. He is the the eBay seller, this #1 Pokemon master. Here's him holding the box, the case rather. The first edition base case. This is on the left here, Jameel or Mealy Pops. On the right, Jacob or Card Kahuna. Yes, there's a lot of J's involved. That's why we call them the J Boys. The J Boys always up to no good. Here we have one of the J Boys shaking hands with Shine. So the J Boys here bought the case from Justin. They had it wrapped by BBCE. We're not going to show that. We'll keep it a little simple here. That's Steve, if it ever comes up, from BBCE, wrapped the case for them. Then they immediately flipped it to Shine, or Matt, here on the right side, who is holding the case currently after it's been wrapped in that BBCE garbage bag that he took the hairdryer to out back. And then we have Shine selling the box to Logan Paul, who ended up opening it up. And we found out there's G.I. Joe cards inside. Very interesting. So, no, we didn't forget about the BGS Kobe card. That's we have lots of information on that, but it's going to have to wait till next week. We have too much juicy stuff to get into today. So we got to put it on the back burner. Don't worry. Next week, we're going to get back into it. It's extra juicy. I promise. Now, you might say, what's Jacob doing? What's he doing selling off his stuff? Is he trying to pay Shine back? Well, I don't know. It seems like he's clubbing more than anything. People send me pictures of Mr. Kahuna of cards just dancing it up, or I guess he's playing on his cell phone. Maybe he's texting or sending Instagram messages to Rattle Pokemon, giving me all the scoops. Who knows? So, I've been trying to get in touch with Justin here, to no avail. The burner phone, what I assume is a burner phone that he used to communicate, at least with the Pokaju. Maybe he used it to communicate with everyone. Maybe they didn't realize that I have magic powers and I can find any phone number ever. So I found a couple phone numbers, found a juicy one, found a connection. After many attempts, I wasn't sure if I'd ever get to talk to Justin, but it finally happened.
You have reached the voicemail box of
Justin Martin.
At the tone, please.
Guys, and then it happened. He answered the phone. So if you don't have a cold beverage, I suggest you get one, because the rest of the video is going to be me talking to Justin Martin for 47 minutes, I believe it is. Next week, we will dissect what he said, compare it to the information that we have from others, and we'll see if we can't take a look at a Jacob's Kobe card. All right. Enjoy.
Hello.
Hi, is this Justin?
Speaking.
Hi, it's Rattle, or Mike, rather. I'm just wondering if I can talk to you about the booster case.
The booster case.
Yeah, so the one that Logan Paul ended up with.
Okay.
I just want to hear your side of the story, because it seems like maybe Jacob put you up to it or something.
Okay, who are you?
I'm Mike, Rattle Pokemon.
Okay, I don't even know who you are.
Okay. Well, I'm on YouTube. I'm only a small content creator, but I'm looking to figure out what happened with that fake case, and where it started with you. I'm hoping that you can shed some light on that.
Okay, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as I know, that case was real,
Okay.
and literally, what are you trying to find out here? Like, what's going on?
I don't know. There's some like weird things that happened after you had it. So I just wanted to get the details from you. And if it like maybe you didn't know it was fake, but I think some people did later on, and then they got it authenticated and everything. So if you have time, I'd love to ask you some questions about it.
Honestly, as far as I'm concerned, that was 100% real.
Okay. What was the?
As far as I know.
What was the actual origin story? Because there was like 4 or 5 different versions that I heard. Where did you?
I had a whole bunch of different cases.
Okay. And
depending on the case.
Did you sell multiple to Jacob?
No, I did not sell multiple cases.
Okay. So you just kept the other ones.
He did have some other stuff that he wanted from me and everything, but as far as like this goes, yeah, this is new information for me.
Okay. Do you watch much YouTube?
No, I don't. And as far as I'm concerned, if you're YouTubing, you're trying to put this all over.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to like get to the bottom of it because there's some sketchy dudes. They got a hold of it and they got it wrapped with an authentication company, BBCE.
As far as I know,
and then
that was sold. Yeah. When that was sold, he never paid me out in full.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
He never paid me in full. He wouldn't.
Oh, he didn't pay you.
No, he paid. I don't know where. Some money came to me.
Yeah.
And then I threatened I wanted my case back because he was not paying. He kept saying wait, and he kept telling me not to talk to nobody. Okay. He kept telling me to delete my stuff. He kept telling me to freaking delete my eBay, delete everything. I sent contracts to him. He threw those contracts in the garbage.
Okay. That was Jacob that you're talking about?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Now, as far as this is a confidential between me and you, because if I have to, well, I have lawyers that will back me on everything.
Okay. I'm just trying to keep piece it all together. So.
Well, piece it all together. I know how social media works. I tell one story.
Yeah, that's fine.
Story about Jacob, a barn, and next time I hear it.
Jacob doesn't want to talk to me, and he told multiple different stories, so I don't believe him. But.
Well. I found out, a month later, 2 months later or something, that went to a company and got verified. Mm-hmm. So either some tampering happened somewhere along the line. It wasn't through me because I have complete witnesses. My sister is one witness that was there when my mom bought a case.
Okay.
From somebody at a comic store when I was younger. My mother also bought multiple cases. She threw one in her closet. And she was going to give that to my nephew. And then on top of that, I did find one in an estate sale with my sister again. She can verify that one.
Were those both first edition base?
No, there was a first edition, and then there was a regular base, and then there was another first edition that was supposed to be going to my nephew.
Okay.
No, there's a lot. Now, like I said, this is confidential. I wouldn't have picked up this phone call if I would have known. I should be talking to a lawyer knowing this right now. Knowing what I know,
I also kind of want to give you a warning that it's really bad at this point because Jacob is not paying back the money that he sold it for.
I told Jacob when he video called me, he wanted me to send that box overnight. I sent it to him overnight. I was on a video call with him, and he had the options in contract to take the box how it was for a certain price, or to open it and verify it and freaking pay a different price. The reason I told him that if he opened it and then verified it, it would be worth the full amount was due to the fact that I don't trust people that say, oh, I'm just going to open it, verify, and oh, guess what? I only have money for one box.
Yeah, true.
There were contracts in place.
Okay. Is that what happened with the PSA Pikachu guy?
PSA Pikachu guy?
Yeah, I think he was going to buy it from you when it was on eBay, and he
called,
wanted to open it or something.
He called, and I gave the exact same thing. I said, listen, there's going to be contracts in place. This case, I would be also refundable if it was not tampered with and returned back to me in the condition that it was. I said, you want a mean person? You want to do this? We'll set it all up.
Okay.
He turned around and he told me straight out, he's like, he wanted to open up the case. He wanted to verify it. I said, that is fine. But then he freaking never replied back. I sent even that guy a contract and everything. And after that, I never heard a damn thing from him.
Yeah. Who was it that contacted you first between like Jacob and them? Was it Jacob that first reached out to you?
No, I got a guy that reached out to me and said, contact this guy.
Okay. Was it Michael?
That guy.
You?
And yeah, he'll turn around and he can help you sell this. I contacted him. He turned around and said, okay, I got buyers, this and that. And then Jacob was one of them. Jacob said he wanted me to fly to wherever the hell he was at. I didn't have my passport. I said, no freaking way. You can come here. And he was wanting me to send him in the mail the case. I said, no, let's get a lawyer involved. I'll send it to a lawyer's office. This, right? And we'll do it. No. He didn't want to do anything. I said, okay, well, then you can send the lawyer money to a lawyer. I'll send the case to a lawyer. And we can do it that way. No. Then he wanted my sister to go down and meet with him. My sister was willing to go fly to wherever and sit there, show him the case, do all the things, get the money, come back. He didn't want to do that either. Oh,
yeah. He made it sound like you guys couldn't bring it.
No, we tried. We tried everything, but he kept denying every single way. Every single way. Now, as far as I'm concerned, like this, if anyone wants to go any further, I can get a lawyer involved in this. I am 100% innocent in all ways. I didn't have any recollection of that.
Okay. How much did they end up paying you? They only sent you one payment, I think, from what I've seen.
They sent me apparently, somebody sent me by PayPal $250.
Okay.
And that wasn't the agreed upon amount. The agreed upon amount was way more. Okay. And then it took almost week and a half, if that, maybe more, for them to send another additional payment of, I think it came up to $600,000 or something like that.
Okay.
It was way below. I was never paid in full. Technically, legally, that case was still mine until paid in full.
Yeah. What did the payment come from Jamil or did it come from Jacob?
I have no clue who it came from. Okay. I just remember one's card Kahuna or something from a PayPal, Lollipops from PayPal.
Oh, okay, it was Mealy Pops. Was he the only one that sent? Was it all from the same address?
That one, and then I don't know where
the other one was. Okay.
Wire transfer right to my bank account came from.
Okay.
Apparently, Jacob turned around and kept saying, it's on its way, it's on its way, it's on its way. And I just turned around and I was like, it's not showing up, buddy. I want my shit back. And he's like, wait. And then I was like, I threatened him. I was like, straight out, you don't give me my shit back, I'm going to the fucking media. I am going to tell every single buddy out there that you have freaking ripped me off, everything. And then right after that, he turned around, he made a phone call, came back. He's like, check your account. I checked my account. There was some money. And then he's like, I want everything else of yours. I was like, we've already made some deals and everything, buddy, and I'm not trusting you no more. Like, you've already ripped me off enough.
Yeah, he even went to the extent that he said that he flew up there and he went to a hockey game with you.
Fuck no.
he couldn't name who was playing in the hockey game, but...
A hockey game, okay. First of all, he asked me if I had anything else for sale and stuff. I said that I collect hockey cards because I'm a big hockey fan. Love the fucking Oilers, right? I don't have the lighter. And then freaking, let me ask you this. How the hell do you go to a hockey game in the middle of COVID?
I have no idea. I don't know why he adds so many details that are just obviously false and contradictory to what he says previously that it makes me wonder why he even adds that stuff. But I think just to make it sound like it was more legit.
Yeah, well, that's kind of weird, eh? Like, how do you get to a hockey game?
He said he paid you six figures, I think, on a podcast. Did he?
6 figures?
Yeah, so as in like 100,000 or more. Was that the original agreement?
Okay, there was an agreement sent that he was going to pay me $250,000 just to send the case to him.
Okay.
That was a shipping agreement. That wasn't even that was not even part of the original payment.
Okay. Yeah, and I would imagine that like the second payment that he sent you was probably only after the sale to Shine. Like they sold it for $2.7 million.
That's what I'm thinking, because even everyone we talked about is like fucking. We started getting emails and everything on eBay saying, "Oh, buddy, you got ripped off. That was flipped over and the greatest freaking deal in history and blah 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 blah." Right? So you think about it, and then that's when I started saying, "I want my shit back. I want it now, or I'm going public media." And he got scared off that.
So, in terms of, have you ever heard of Micka Birch?
Nope.
No, never heard of him. I don't know if you've worked in like oil or anything like that, but he, I don't know if maybe it was one of his creations that you accidentally got a hold of, in terms of the case itself. Just he resealed a lot of like first edition base stuff in the past, so I didn't know if that had any connection, just because he's only a couple hours from where you are. So
well, then I wouldn't have known anything about that. I don't even know who that person is.
Okay. Yeah, I was just seeing if maybe you knew him, or maybe that was who owned the box beforehand or something. That would kind of explain if it was repacked, then it could have been him.
Yeah. Well, I have no clue, because as far as I know, it was a sealed case. I was not opening it or anything, because I knew there's value there. This and that. I gave everybody options to open it, verified. If it would have been opened, verified, and not been true, then there would have been no deal.
Yeah, in their video, they were going on and kind of like laughing about it, how it was underdeclared and it wasn't insured or anything, and that was kind of strange. And then also, from when they received the box and they went and got it wrapped and sold it right away, it seemed like they just wanted to do everything as quickly as possible, which is kind of
kind of funny. How would you get something authenticated and wrapped?
Yeah.
If it's not real.
Right. I don't know. It sounds like they paid a bunch of cash to the guy at BBCE. I had someone tell me that he got a brand new motorcycle recently, so I don't know if that had anything, if there's any correlation there, or if it actually happened. I just saw pictures of it. I didn't particularly see him riding on it, but
I'm guessing that's where your shadiness is coming from.
Yeah,
from
there's definitely some shadiness there.
Yeah, it's pretty seems that the people I sold it to have some shady details going on.
So after you sold the case, then Jacob wanted to buy your other cases?
He wanted to buy a whole bunch of stuff, and I just turned around. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done with your shit.
Because he showed me pictures that you had of like a shadowless case that you guys opened on like video chat or something, or maybe just sent pictures.
There was nothing opened on video chats and things like that. What the hell is this guy freaking?
Yeah, I don't know. It showed like it had a piece of paper that said Jacob on it, with the date, and then it had like the 6 shadowless boxes in the case. But
yeah, okay. Well, like I said, before I go any further, if this has, like I said, this is confidential between me and you, and if I find out any worse, then there'll be hell to pay. But I'm guessing I might need to grab a lawyer on this. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
The only reason I sold it, I was selling things, is my nephew came down with cancer, and he just had a freshly born new son, and I was not going to allow my would be great nephew to grow up without a father. And me and my nephew are so close, and so is what our family is. And I went to sell that stuff for him. And yeah, if this guy did some shady shit, well, that's on freaking him.
Yeah. And then Jacob, he doesn't have, I don't think he has the money anymore to pay it back to Shine or Matt that purchased it from him. And then I don't know, it's weird. He's out like in the nightclubs. People sent me pictures. He's out like partying and flying around everywhere. I don't get it.
Sounds like it sounds like a guy that didn't have the money to begin with and just freaking scammed everybody. Because that'd actually make pretty good sense. gets a hold of a freaking legit box and then tampers with it, takes out the 6 box, fills it with fake shit, and then freaking resells it, and then he's got 6 boxes that can't be proven where they came from, and he can slowly sell those off.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that make sense?
I mean, it could. I think he was saying the same thing, that that it was tampered with. I think that was one of his excuses, that that Shine had done that, but I don't know. I don't know if I. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't make any sense, especially with all the stuff that Jacob has said. So, I mean, how much did you talk to the Pokaju a lot, Michael?
I had an arrangement with him
and
everything. Like he usually says he charges so much to help with his freaking selling and everything.
Yeah.
But due to the fact of the nature of why I sold and everything, he canceled his commission.
Okay.
And then when the money was coming through that bank wire transfer, Jacob turned around and said, well, I'm going to send 10% over to Michael and everything because that's his commission. I was like, me and him had a deal. And he was just trying to, the minute he got his hands on that case, the original price, he was trying to control that. That's what I was afraid of by sending it to him because he had it. And how was I getting it back? And he basically ripped me off.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it seems like he didn't pay Michael either because they were going to split it. And then apparently Jamil got involved. And then they were going to split it 3 ways or something. But it sounds like a mess. It sounds like... From what I've seen, I think maybe Jamil was the one that paid you initially.
I don't even know who Jamil is. I just remember him saying,
he's the melee pumps guy.
My brother or something. It's the Sabbath. We can't send you money until after the sun goes down and this. And I said, okay, send me my freaking case back. I'm done. I don't want to sell it to you and everything. All of a sudden, money shows up in my account. Because I told him I'm going to the media. I'm going to freaking blow it up that you're ripping me off. That way, if he tried to sell it to anyone, whoever knew would have got it, would have realized that's a stolen case. I said I was going to the RCMP, everything.
Yeah, that makes sense. Man, I don't know. This is one crazy ordeal. And we'll have to see. Like Jacob was like,
Logan Paul there, but that those deals have nothing to do with me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, sorry for their luck and everything, but the guy you're looking at.
Yeah, well, I think Logan is fine because he got refunded. It's just that Jacob is not giving the money back to Shine.
Yeah, well, Jacob should.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like fucking, he goes and has things wrapped and all that stuff. I just don't get how do you wrap something that's fake? How do they do it?
Yeah, the guy that wrapped it, he actually, I think it was a year before that. He said he wouldn't authenticate one single box of first edition base and couldn't even name what the set was. But then he was willing to authenticate a box of 6, which is pretty crazy. A cardboard box with 6 of them in it. That's fine. Apparently they paid him in cash, so that could be where some of the money went. Wow.
And when did this all take place? Like, that's what I'm trying to wonder.
It was like 2 days that they received it from you at the game store, which doesn't make any sense. I don't know if did they say anything about why they wanted you to send it to a game store?
No, they just said that they were wanting me to send it there, and really it's been a year, and it's hard to kind of remember most of the details, but yeah, they wanted me to send it to some place in Indianapolis.
Yeah, they had it sent there where they like took it in the back room and Jacob sniffed it and they weighed it and stuff like that, and then they drove 2 hours to BBCE like in a hurry.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be that I sent it to them. There was a signed signed freaking contract saying just for sending it I was getting $250,000 just for sending it.
Yeah.
And then once it arrived, he was going to send the rest of the payment, the full amount, after he verifies it and everything like that. And then before further verification, money had to be sent and everything. And then I remember when he said, okay, I'm going to open this box right here, right now. And I said, okay, no problem. But first, we have contracts saying you were supposed to send some money. So he showed up, he put up his phone to the camera and hit something, bang, it showed up on PayPal. I went to verify it. I was like, why is these funds on hold? This ain't verified to me. It's not in my account. It's on hold. You can cancel this and I could be screwed. I was like, let me call PayPal and verify everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
That can't happen. And then all of a sudden, Michael parked up and said something like, I wouldn't open it. I wouldn't do that and this and that. You know, it's a sealed Holy Grail case.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Jacob so they intended on opening it?
They intended on opening it, and then Michael said don't.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden he turned around. He's like, you know what? I'm not going to open it. I'm going to take it the way it is. And I was like, well, first thing when he opened the box, he pulled out the contracts. And he said, oh, this is not how I want. He wanted me to put the contract the way he says. I'm like, no. Basically, I'm the seller. The contracts are what I say they are. You don't like the contracts? Don't do business. Mm-hmm. So he threw them in the garbage. He threw them right in the garbage and said, no, I ain't touching it. So
they didn't show that on their documentary thing that they made.
Oh, I bet they wouldn't. And I guarantee you if it came down to a lawyer in courts, they would want those videos and they could prove they've probably been tampered with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, they can cut it up and take stuff out all they want, right?
Yeah, and which would be admissible in a court of law because due to the fact it's been a tampered with video.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry for everyone's luck on that, but as far as I was concerned, that was a 100% legit case.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see what happens, and maybe that's it. I don't know why Jacob lied about a lot of things, and even without asking you about the details, like he told so many different stories with like going to the hockey game, with the fact that you guys couldn't travel. That you trusted them because of Michael's or the Pokaju's name, so that you sent it without insurance, and he said it was probably a bad idea, but you decided to anyway.
Oh no, he turned around and we had like 3-way conversations between me, him, and Michael. Mm-hmm. And he would say, Michael can vouch for me. He's watched me do hundreds of $1,000 million deals and everything. He's like, I'm a trustworthy guy, and Michael freaking vouched straight for him.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. They were vouching for each other, but then they started fighting. So I don't know if there was ever any mention of why Jamil and Jacob started fighting, Mealy Pops and Card Kahuna. But I don't know if it was because they found out that it was fake, or they were, maybe they were fighting over the money, over who was getting money for what. Or maybe because Jamil sent you money and Jacob didn't. But then Jamil was like angry with me when I asked him about it, and he had blocked me, and
well, when I put that on eBay, mm-hmm. I told everyone straight out. I was like, only refunds will be given on non-tamped boxes, but when people buy it, mm-hmm. it would have been an in-person deal. Yeah. It wouldn't have been sending through eBay. It'd be like, okay, let's meet up, let's get some contracts mm-hmm. in place, and if you want to verify it, you have full blessing to go ahead, rip that box open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there's an option for that where you can select in-person pickup only or something. In like the shipping options. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I had that all set up right. I do a little eBay here and there. I sold a few things.
Yeah.
But anytime someone messaged me and said straight out, like, if I buy this box, can I authenticate it and stuff? I said, go ahead. Like, go ahead.
Yeah. So the first edition box, was that the one from the estate sale, or was that? I just want to clear out. There was like a fourth print one. There was a shadowless case, and there was a first edition case or something.
There's a whole bunch of cases. Like, I can't exactly say, okay, well, that's the exact case, mm-hmm. but those are where the cases came from.
Okay.
Right. So, but like I said, as far as I was concerned, because after one case there, I had one that I was given to my wife and everything, and we ended up just opening it, and I hate to say, but I had a pitcher of freaking beer on the table. I bumped the table, and those cards got destroyed.
Yeah, that's so you did you open all the packs and then you dumped the beer all over it?
Well, yeah, we just said, hell with it, let's open up a case. Been freaking 20 years since we did it, something like that. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I was a little freaking drunk, and I bumped the table, a pitcher of beer went over, and the cards after we opened were in, those white divider kind of boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was sitting on the chair with all the cards in it. I stumbled into the table, picture went over, all over everything.
Yeah, they don't like water too much. So
No, they don't.
you collect hockey cards only, or did you have Pokemon stuff before?
I collect a little bit of everything, right? If I think something's going to be worth a value, I collect.
Okay, so you're kind of investing more so.
Not really investing. Okay. Just it's. I know they're going to be worth something, but if I'm not going to go out and spend like the cup. A hockey card, 2005, Sidney Crosby's rookie year. I'm not going to go out and pay freaking $10,000 for one box. Like, if I buy a box now that's new, and then sure enough, 10 years down the line is worth something, well, right on.
Yeah, the sports cards are a little bit out of control with, like, the numbered stuff and the signed stuff and the patches of sticks and bats and jerseys.
I like the looks of the cards and stuff, but, like... What was it? Last year, I went and bought 2 boxes of freaking Upper Deck hockey, one to open, one to hold on to, right? You never know if a player ends up becoming the next Gretzky.
True.
Right?
Yeah, I was talking to, there was somebody that you bought from on eBay called Proxy, Mr. Proxy Cards UK. I'm just wondering, was that for like a display piece?
No, that was for jokes.
Okay, it was jokes. I think what do you say? He sold you like some charizards or something.
Yeah, those were for jokes because we all knew that card was worth money. And I know I got a couple buddies that are big into Pokemon and stuff, and I kind of like, here's a Christmas gift, bud.
Yeah.
They knew it was fake right away when they seen it. Well, for that first glimpse, it was like, holy shit, and then they're like, oh wait, this is fake, and just a laugh.
Pretty much. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to check with that because that was just a little bit suspicious on the like eBay account itself. But, I mean, you can't just repack the entire first edition base case with fake Charizards. That'd be a lot of proxies.
Yeah, they're not cheap. So hopefully I answer all your questions. Like I said, between me and you, man. If I have to grab lawyers involved, I'll do my side. But
okay, yeah. If there's anything else that you can think of before I let you go, anything in terms of if Jacob or Jamil did anything sketchy that you can think of that stood out, then I'd be glad to hear it. But I appreciate you talking to me.
The guy ripped me off legally. Technically, that case was still mine until paid in full. Yeah, like. That's legal law. It's like buying a truck. You can buy a truck for $50,000 and pay off $48,000 and tell the bank screw you on the last 2, and they're just going to repossess your truck because it's not your property yet. Yeah,
them trying to sell it or like flip it in 2 days was probably just maybe they didn't have the money to pay you, and so they were trying to like do it as fast as possible so you wouldn't.
Well, the only thing I've seen on the internet is like I don't do much on the internet unless I'm doing banking or something, but the only thing I seen on there was shortly after it was sold, a month or so, picture of Jacob holding the box, shaking hands with some dude, and freaking their little videos of how it came. It took almost 2 weeks before that case was sold, of talking and everything, trying to come up with all the details.
Yeah. Did you watch the Logan Paul video where they opened it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I wasn't even aware if you just called.
Yeah, you should probably watch that one. It was filled with G.I. Joe cards. So, which was
I'll have to check it out.
It was definitely entertaining. It was a little bit over dramatic where he claimed that he lost $3.5 million at the start and to buy his prime drink, but he got his money back, and it was something. You should definitely look up that video if you haven't watched it.
I'll have to take a look into it and stuff. But no, the only ones I've seen, it showed Jacob and some dude in a hotel room talking to somebody on the phone saying, we're going to get this case and we're going to sell it to you. And after I seen that, I was like, so they basically for that 2 weeks that we were talking, discussing, they were setting up another deal on the side.
Yeah, that was when they were in that hotel room. That was before they even received the case from you.
Yeah, so they had this all planned out.
And that day they received it, and then they drove it and got that BBCE company to stay open late on a Sunday where they had it wrapped, and then they sold it the next day after that. So it was like everything in 2 days.
Me kind of one of those videos that I seen there when they were doing that hotel room meeting and stuff. What I found kind of weird is they were trying to intercept it in the mail.
Yeah. They drove away from the spot, and then they were like trying to rush back. That didn't make any sense either.
Yeah,
or like why didn't one of them stay there and the other one go to check? Like they were so desperate to see it right away.
Yeah, well, why would you try to go to the post office to get it from there before it reaches destination? Illegal to do, by the way.
Yeah.
You cannot tamper with mail, right? So it just shows the shadiness of this dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, straight off the freaking drop. And, yeah, like I said, I was never paid in full.
It seems like Jacob doesn't like to pay people or pay people back. Because if Michael claims he didn't get paid, if you didn't get paid.
Well, me and Michael had an arrangement straight out saying, he said, I'm waiving it. You know, this is going on with you. He's like, I understand, man. He's like, I'm doing this as like free for you. And then Jacob called and said, okay, well, I'm going to take 10% of the proceeds, give it to Michael. You're paying. He told me it costed, I think, $150,000 or $50,000 to send a wire transfer.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out why did like Michael was in contact with Logan Paul and Logan Paul was upset that he didn't bring it directly to him. I don't know
Michael told me Logan Paul was one of the people interested.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who Logan Paul was until the Mayweather fight.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's just a YouTuber.
Yeah, because when I was talking to a buddy of mine and everything, I was like, yeah, there was this guy interested in the case and everything. And he's like, Logan Paul. He's like, ain't that the dude fighting Mayweather? And I was like, I don't know. So
like they sold it to a sports card guy instead of to Logan, who ended up with the case anyway. But Logan is more interested in Pokemon than Shine is. So it's weird that they didn't just bring it straight to Logan, who probably would have paid more money.
Yeah, and if it would have been fake, then Logan Paul would have been like, hey, this is fake, and I would have been like, you know what, deal's off. Like,
yeah. Plus, I mean, like, not that Shine isn't a big name in the sports stuff, but if like these guys really like the clout and everything else and the attention, so I can't imagine what would give them more attention than bringing it straight to Logan. So there's like they definitely had some intention there of trying to avoid bringing it to Logan, which he ended up getting it anyway.
My guess is they got it from me. They tampered with it, and they went around. They knew someone that would, call them out on what they did.
Yeah,
that's my theory right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard to say.
And how did you even get my number?
I'm pretty sneaky.
Well, kind of creepy too.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm just I'm a Pokemon detective, so I'm just investigating. I don't know if you've seen the movie Detective Pikachu.
I've seen part of it.
Oh, okay. Well, if you watch near the end, that's pretty much what I do.
Okay. Well, hopefully I answered some of your questions, man, and everything. And then but like,
hopefully someday, like Jamil will talk to me. I can figure out what's going on from his end. Jacob talks to me every now and then, but we'll see. It seems like he's trying to sell some sports cards, and the one that he's it's not really a surprise. The one that he's selling or just recently sold for $120,000 US. There's a lot of allegations about the fact that it's trimmed and that there's one grading company that won't accept it. And then the auction company is not disclosing the fact that it won't cross. So someone might get screwed over with that too. So. Well,
I think you got a lot of evidence there pointing your finger to the person I sold it to.
Yeah, the J Boys.
Yeah, or whoever they are.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what Jacob's saying. Maybe he'll want to talk someday. I think he was supposed to go back on a podcast, but he hasn't been seen other than nightclubs.
Really weird.
Yeah, it's the whole thing is weird. Everything's weird. Sports cards, especially, super weird. high-end Pokemon now is getting to be like that.
It found weird when he wouldn't sign the contracts. Like, the contracts were right there. Like, it's not like I was saying, here, man, buy this and I'm going to run off. Like, no, there's contracts in place. Like, fucking, I was willing to get lawyers involved, everything.
There's, it's weird. He always likes to brag about prices and what he buys and sells stuff for. But in this case, like, he wouldn't say anything. The price was disclosed of what it was when it went to Shine at 2.7 million, but there was no mention of, other than him saying 6 figures. He didn't want to say what he paid for it. Well, and then he claimed he had a contract, and I asked him if I could see the contract, and he was like, no, you can't see the contract. But I probably couldn't see the contract if he threw it out, right?
Yeah, well, when I sent the box, I was on a video call with Mike, was supposed to record everything. From the moment I drove all night to get to freaking Edmonton to get there by a certain time. And when I got there, I went on a video call that they said they were recording, showing me pack the box into the box, put the contracts in the box, tape it up, and they wanted me to secretly bring the phone in so no one's seen that we were recording it, up to the counter and nail it off.
Yeah. Does the post office not let you bring a camera in? Probably not.
Well, they didn't want, according to them, they didn't want to let people know that could be a valuable item that could be stolen, right?
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
So I did all that, and then when I pulled out the contracts, I signed my name, everything to the contracts, dated everything in front of that camera, stuck it in the box, and he was supposed to sign once he received those contracts as the closing date.
Yeah.
Like, if I was a shyster or something like that, or scammer or anything like that, do you think I'd be willing to get lawyers involved? Do you think I'd be willing to freaking set contracts?
Yeah, they didn't show very much, and they weren't at the authentication place very long either. They were only inside there for like half an hour.
Yeah, wow.
And they recorded a bunch of stuff where they were like, "Oh, come visit BBCE. They wrap all your Pokemon cases and stuff." So like, they basically just brought it in there and they put the plastic wrap on it, and then immediately the next day sold it.
Yeah, well, a lot of freaking crooked shit there going on.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, hopefully I answered all your questions. I'm in running behind time now on everything I have to do here. I have to get to
I'll let you get back to that. I think that helps. Hopefully Jacob has some answers for me, and we can figure that out.
Like I said, because after that was sold and people were messaging me and saying, I got ripped off by this guy, he flipped it and this and that. I messaged a few people back and I was like, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And, Jacob would call me up and tell me, shut your fucking mouth and don't talk to people, delete all your accounts. I was like, I ain't delete. I thought to myself, why delete my eBay account so then he can take my eBay name and then start messaging himself or something, making it believe it's me to not pay me or something, saying that I say, oh, it's fine or some shit. No, I wasn't that dumb.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that. I was like, how in the world would Justin, like, if he was responsible for this, why wouldn't he delete the eBay account? Like, the eBay account is still on there.
Yeah, he wanted me to delete it, and I just thought to myself,
told you to delete it.
Yeah, I just thought to myself, like, okay, once I delete it, my eBay name is up for grabs. Yeah. All he's got to do is go in there and then pretend to be me and blah, blah, blah.
Are you on Instagram and stuff?
No, I don't believe in social media.
Okay.
It's drama, it's bullshit.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. A lot of the time. But.
So, like I said, sorry for the other guys that got involved in this.
Yeah.
It's... Jacob's freaking screwed me over. I'm sure he screwed them over.
Yeah. That's interesting. It seems like he did the same thing to Jamil and to the Pokaju. I think he was trying to keep them quiet, but also not paying them. So it sounds familiar. It sounds like he did that to everyone.
Yeah,
was trying to
back in April, I think this all happened.
Yeah.
So I can't remember the exact date. I do remember on April 5th. April 5th was the day I mailed the thing. April 6th was the day that I remember that day.
Yeah. Yeah, their whole video is weird with the way that they're like trying to be there to to receive it at the game store. I don't like. Why would they not just send it straight to BBCE? Because all they do is go in the back and they weigh it, and then they bring it to BBCE, who supposedly weighs it as well. Like they'd have a scale there anyway, and then they're like they have to ask them to stay open, and they're gonna drive 2 hours.
They waited it when I was on the phone. We were on the phone for about, or that video chat thing, or whatever it is, for about at least a good half hour.
Okay, yeah, it was only a small clip in the video.
Yeah, so they had it all weighed, and they were peeking through the box, flashlights, and every other damn thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for the chat and the additional information.
Yeah, like, I don't know what to tell you guys. As far as I was concerned and knew, that box was legitimate.
Yeah.
I can have witnesses beyond witnesses proving where those boxes came from and everything.
I think the craziest part is that he didn't even pay you. Like, if he sold it for that much money,
I was pissed
and
when
he's
that
still
happened.
and he's still going to short you on what he told you to begin with.
Yeah,
like they sold it.
The original price,
so it wasn't like they didn't.
Was 1.8 US.
Yeah,
that was the original price. If opened, because like I said, I don't trust anybody that says, "Oh, I'm going to pay you 1.8," and then open up the box and say, "Hey, guess what? I only brought enough money for one box. Here's $250,000." Right?
True.
And then, actually, I didn't even know if it was really worth that first when I first was trying to sell it. I was only going to go for $400,000. Enough money to cover my nephew and everything, until I really found out what those things were worth.
Yeah.
And then
it's pretty crazy in the last bit.
For it open and verified. That way I knew once it was opened, it was verified, I was going to get my full amount. But then I said, if you don't want to take it and you want to assume all risks and all that stuff, it's 1.3 US. And that's what we agreed upon, 1.3. And I didn't even get that. And then by the time all the money was transferred to my account, I was so pissed off, and he was still trying to buy everything else off me and all this other stuff, right?
Yeah.
I just
so
said,
how did it change from 1.3 to 250? Is that what, or is that what? How much he ended up?
The 250
was supposed to be the upfront.
That was supposed to be just to ship it to him. It was just ship it to him, 250. Then the rest of the money, the 1.3.
Okay.
That was supposed to be paid, and it wasn't. And then once he paid me, I was like, well, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Am I going to go to freaking police or something? This and that. This guy's in the States. How am I even going to get my box is probably been ripped apart, opened, and every other thing. And I just turned around. I was like, I'll never deal with that fucker again.
Yeah. All right. I think that's pretty much everything. I mean, there's a lot that I have no idea what he did or what he's doing, but it's hard to even talk to him because his story changes every time you do talk to him.
Yeah.
And now he's been quiet since it ended up being open. So we'll have to wait and see.
I'm here. I'll try to help you and stuff, buddy. Like I gave you my side of the story. Like I said, this is confidential between me and you, and. You know, if I think of anything I can remember from then, maybe I can give you a shout or something, but... Okay. Yeah. Sorry for everyone else's loss there, but... Yeah,
it's a huge mess. And I don't know. It's I think Jacob's probably the one that's going to pay for it. It's weird that he's like celebrating or whatever, because it seems like he's in a lot of trouble.
Well, like I said there... Yeah. Everything you told me and everything that I told you, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because that's what like the Pokaju Michael was kind of saying too. He's the same thing. He didn't get paid, and didn't. I think even he owes him for some other stuff now too, some other boxes or something. So it seems to be the Jacob way is just to short everyone.
Yeah, for sure. And if like, I don't know how to say anything more. Like, I'm a little upset of hearing that kind of news and stuff, but you know, I'm not no multi-billionaire like they are and everyone else. So
fair enough.
Yeah,
me neither. But
I wish I was. I really do. So, but yeah, sorry. Like I do gotta let you go here.
Okay. Yeah. Get to your stuff. Sorry to hold you up for so long. Thanks for talking.
I do know he tried calling me like a couple months ago there.
Okay.
I didn't even want to pick up the phone because I was just so pissed off that he was a rip-off con artist. Even people were telling me he was a con artist.
Yeah.
So,
all right. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
I'll see if I can talk to Jacob, see what's going on with him. And
yeah, and normally I don't pick up unknown numbers here, so you kind of got lucky there.
Yeah. All right, thanks.
So,
I tried calling before, but I think your phone was dead or something, or maybe it was turned off.
Possibility. Yeah. I live in an area where my cell service is crap.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, hopefully I helped you out in some way there.
I think you did. I mean, anything helps, any little bit. So figuring out what's going on with our boy Jacob, other than the pictures that I have of him at nightclubs.
Yeah, well, he seems shady to me when I was dealing with him and stuff. My boy's just losing it right now.
Yeah.
So, little man. So,
all right.
I definitely gotta let you go here.
Okay. See ya.
All